The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by Kubota of Kingsport.
Welcome to our April edition of Fields and Farms, brought to you by Kubota of Kingsport. We are here in the Chuckey, Tennessee area at the Funny Farm. This is an incredible story. They just opened up for their second season. It all started in 2018 with COVID and an idea.
The kick in the butt that we needed just to get this started. And I mean, my husband was working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. He was gone before we woke up, and he got home in time. He gave my kids a bath and put them to bed. That was it. 7 days a week for months on end. And that's we have a 5-year-old, almost 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And that was just no way to have children. And it was stressing me out because kids are hard. And I also worked a real job. And he's never been happier, and just having him home is such a blessing.
This is home, 40 acres of land filled with all kinds of animals, each with their own personality and purpose. It began with Cody's passion, horses, but then came the chickens and the cows and the goats to help the cows and the donkeys to protect the goats. That's Phil and Frank, by the way. They're brothers. Really, it's just one big happy family. Just ask Betty.
And Betty doesn't know that she is a chicken. She thinks she's a goat. She has lived there in the goat field since she came to the farm.
And Betty is just the beginning. So many things happen on the farm. So many stories that just have to be shared.
I would go to my other job and be like, y'all aren't gonna believe what happened at the farm this week. And so I would tell them something ridiculous that's always happening. And one of my coworkers was like, y'all are just the Funny Farm. And I was like, that's it, the Funny Farm. Because no 2 days are the same here. As soon as I think that I've got my head on straight, something unravels.
One thing, though, this family doesn't joke about: everything and everyone has a purpose. Everything is intentional.
We like to pride ourselves on product purpose, and when we slaughter our cows, we don't waste any of it. We feel that God has blessed us with this farm, and things like our cows, we use everything from the hides. We'll tan the hides to a lot of people like the skulls for artwork. So we dry them out and we treat them the way that they're supposed to be sealed up, and we sell those. I have a few in the house. We pride ourselves on using every part of these animals. That we never want to disrespect our animals, and we always treat them humanely. And even after their life is over, we still pride ourselves on the humane treatment of them. Come here, baby. Come here, Dahlia.
And just recently, a celebration, a new addition to the farm, the first Scottish Highlander to be born right here on the Funny Farm. Her name is Dahlia.
All of our cows are named after flowers. The mamas are M names and the babies are D names.
And of course, with something this fuzzy, this adorable, well, it's got the whole farm chattering. And not just the baby.
Hey, Romeo. Come here, Max.
People come from all over to see the Scottish Highlanders.
Apparently, they're like the thing. They're super sweet, though. They're super docile and just calm cows, which is really strange because I don't associate cows with being calm. On the farm I grew up on, you know, you go and you wave your hands and they all take off running. With them, you just stick your hand out with feed and they come right up to you and stick their tongues out and clean it up.
These animals, this farm, and its sweet family have become quite the attraction. On this particular day, a visit from a high school group to not only learn, but to experience and even to help out.
You can't Google this stuff. Like, you can really, truly only learn through hands-on experiences. And when kids come to the farm and want to experience it and want to learn, and when their parents come and they're like, hey, our student, you know, they took a field trip here and we want to know about cows. We want to have our own meat and our own eggs. And so we offer classes. Like, we have not only the field trips, but we offer adult classes in the evenings that they can come and just learn how to raise chicks and raise a cow so they can eat it one day. And it's such a blessing for us to know that this is desirable to people.
Kind of like we bought a zoo, but you bought a farm.
Yeah, we bought a farm and we already had the animals, so why not just let people come and experience it?
living the dream they didn't know they had. Cody, Tammy, Maverick, and Montgomery doing life together at the funny farm.
This was not in the playbook. Honestly, we figured he'd work at his job until he retired, and figured I would work at my job until I retired, and it was just one of those things that we both grew up on farms, so we figured that the cows were the normal thing. You know, we like to eat our own meat, so we had cows and we had chickens because that's what we knew, that's what we grew up with, and we had the horses, but we had no idea that the funny farm would even take off, let alone, you know, be a way that we can support our family, so it's awesome.
There's so much to do and so much to see at the Funny Farm, and Tammy and the family have big plans for growth, all kinds of things on the horizon. They also do special classes, as she mentioned, birthday parties, and they sell a lot of their products like eggs and jams and other produce. You can keep tabs on them and find out more about their hours of operation by visiting their website. You can also find them on their Facebook page. It is the Funny Farm over there in Chuckey.
Tri-Cities was sponsored by Kubota of Kingsport.